Okay, here we have angles and what they add up to. That sounds like fun. Let's get right to work. Question 1. Angle ABC is equal to x plus 8. So ABC, this is equal to x plus 8. Angle BCA is equal to 2x plus 13. And angle CAB is equal to x minus 1. What is the value of x? And obviously they all have to add up to 180, because that's the way triangles work. You know this from 7th grade. You know this because you just know triangles. You know that all the angles of every triangle that has ever existed or will ever exist equal to add up to 180. Okay, so what do we do? X plus 2x is 4x, minus 1 plus 8 is 7, plus 13 is plus 20. That equals 180 minus 20 from either side. You get 4x equals 160. Divide by 4. And you have x equals 40. We're good to go. Okay, that last question was pretty boring. Question 2 is also pretty boring. What is the value of x? And you have a four-sided, four-angled figure. And you're like, I know that a square and a rectangle, those angles all add up to 360. Does the same rule apply for these, right? 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 490s get you to 360. Does the same rule apply to this guy? And yes, absolutely. The same rule applies to this guy. And it's all pretty boring. Okay, so that adds up to 360. So you minus 100, you're at 260. Minus 60, you're at 200. 300, you're minus, or 200, you're minus 95. X will equal 105. And we're good. Okay, question 3. What is the value of x? Okay, question 1 and question 2 were boring. Question 3 is a little trickier. You're probably never taught this in 7th grade, so this is why you watch the video. You're like, finally something worthwhile. All right, think about it. If you, this is a rule, so get excited. If you have a shape that has a triangle, you have 3 sides. You have a total degree angle of 180. And if you have 4 sides and 4 angles, total degrees are going to be 360. So, we added 180. Well, if you have 5 sides, shocker, you're going to add another 180. For each additional side you add another 180 degrees. Why? That's just the way it works. So if you have 6 sides, yes, you add another 180. So what's the final rule? Total degrees equals number of sides minus 2 times 180. But if you remember it like this, I think it's a lot simpler, and I think you'll never forget it. Okay, let's do the problem. You add up all the numbers, and what does this have to equal? You're like, oh, I forgot what this has to equal. What does this have to equal? Well, triangle equals 180, square equals 360, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will equal plus another 180, gets you to 540. Aha! I remember now. It must equal 540, so then you do all the math and you get 153. Cool, we're good to go. Okay, question 4. The figure below is a regular octagon. What is the value of each interior angle? Well, I remember my formula for total angle is n minus 2 times 180. Octagon is 8, so let's do 6, because 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 times 180, I do the math out, and I get 1080. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, 1080. Now, they're not asking for the total sum of all the angles. They're asking for each angle. And it says the word regular, so I know that each angle is the same. Well, how many angles do I have? 8. So that's pretty simple, right? 1, 8, 28, 3 is 24, gets me 45, 135. We're good to go. Question 5, a lot like question 4, that's why I put them next to each other. The figure below includes a regular octagon. Okay, we just did the math and we found out this guy here is 135. What is the value of x? Well, we know a straight line is 180 degrees. This whole thing is 180 degrees. So if I have 180 degrees and I use 135 of it to get to boom, how much do I have left? Well, that's pretty simple, right? 180 minus 135 will give me what's left, and it's 45. So I'm happy, we're good to go. Okay, question 6. The figure below is a regular octagon. Another regular octagon question. How fun. What is the value of x? So we know this 135 business, and we know the n minus 2 times 180 business for the angles up here and up here and up here and up here. But that's not what the question is asking. So we have to make sure that we read the question and we're like, we don't really care about what the angles are down here. We care about what this angle is. Well, a circle has 360 degrees in it. You probably know that. If you don't, now you do. Circle has 360 degrees in it. So if you have 360 degrees and you're going to have 8 interior angles, that's just going to be 360 divided by 8. Why do you have 8 interior angles? Well, that's the way it's going to work, right? You're going to have, you know, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to have 8 because it's an octagon. Nothing to get too upset about. It's pretty simple. So, you know, we just do the math. And there we go. Question 7. Line M is parallel to line N. Which of the below represents the value of y? Okay, so we have x, and we know the way this works is that the vertical angle, which is kind of called that, is going to be x. And the alternate interior angles means this guy is going to be x as well. Think about it. If you have two parallel lines and something that's really kind of dramatic, it's going to be kind of easier for you to visualize. If this guy here is x, this guy here is x as well. That's just the way parallel lines work. They are so much fun. Okay, so if this guy is x, this guy's got to be x. If this guy's got to be x, this guy's got to be x. If this guy's got to be x, what does y equal? Y equals x. You get vertical angle rule. Vertical angles are the same to get to here. Alternate interior angles are the same. That gets you to here, and vertical angles again get you to there. We're good to go. Okay, question 8. Line M is parallel to line N. Which of the below represents the value of y? And we're like, okay, we're good at this. We know this is going to equal x, and because of alternate interior angles, this is going to equal x as well. So what does y equal? We have a straight line, and we have x here. The whole thing has to equal 180. So what does y equal? 180 minus x. They are supplementary. We're good. Okay, question 9. Line M is parallel to line N. Which of the below is correct? X, Y. Oh, and you're like, I just did this question. This is the same as question 8. That bozo talking on the videos, he made a mistake. Oh, well, let's actually do the question. We'll see where we're at. We know that Y is going to equal 180 minus X. We know that because we just did that. So which one of these actually says the same thing? And you're like, I don't know how to do this. And you get a little scared and you're like, I know y equals 180 minus x because they're supplementary, but what other question or what of my answers is the same? So you have to do some work, and this is a good example of the SHSAT combining multiple skills. So here, let's take a look at this one. If you factor out a 2, so I'm going to factor out a 2, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. I'm going to get 90. So after I do that, this distractor here, because it is wrong, is going to be x plus y equals 90. And then I have minus x from both sides. I'm going to have y equals 90 minus x, which is not the same thing, so I know it's wrong. But look at what I did. I factored out a 2, right? And then I divided both sides by 2. You're wrong. How about this guy? If I just divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get a little more space here. I'm going to get x plus y equals 180, and then I subtract x from both sides, and I'm going to get y equals 180 minus x. That looks pretty familiar. Yeah, that's the right answer. We're good to go. And question 10, line M is parallel to line N. Which of the below is correct? And you're like, okay, I know how this works. You know, this guy's going to be x, so x is going to equal y, right? Because vertical angles get me there, and alternate interior angles get me there, so x equals y. So which of these means x equals y? Well, A and B don't really make any sense because they're not going to add up to anything. D just is kind of crazy. Oh, look, whatever x is, it minus itself, because x equals y, is going to equal 0. We're good to go.